It's one of the genocides and probably the most prominent one because the first one of the 20th century where it's still unrecognized by a lot of nations. It's unrecognized by the nation that actually perpetrated it.
Ruslan.
I brought along a very special guest who is much more smarter than I am and historically gauged on this topic. This gentleman holds a master's of philosophy and a bachelor's in biblical studies, and he's going to help us unpack this story. So we got my buddy Arthur from the Apologia Center.
What's up? What's up?
Thanks for coming here, man, and joining us. Okay, so you've done a deep dive on this topic with regards to the Kardashian ancestor that avoided the Armenian genocide. And we're going to get into all of it. There's a Daily Mail article that we're going to cover. But can you just real quick, before we get into that, the Armenian genocide anniversary is coming up. You're Armenian, I'm Armenian. For folks who don't know, give us just a summarized version of the Armenian genocide and why that's important. And then we're going to get into this Kardashian story.
Yeah, it's one of the genocides and probably the most prominent one because the first one of the 20th century where it's still unrecognized by a lot of nations. It's unrecognized by the nation that actually perpetrated it.
Which was Turkey.
Which is Turkey. Or the Ottoman Empire at the time would be the proper way. Speak about it. I mean, that's close to our hearts because we have people that we know that were our ancestors, their ancestors, escaped the genocide. So it's important, but it's also interesting to see how God kind of weaved certain stories through that and seeing God's faithfulness in the process of that and rescuing people and speaking into the midst of a tragic situation like that.
Yeah, and America just recognized the Armenian genocide.
Correct.
It was the genocide that inspired Hitler.
Yes.
And ironically enough, Israel doesn't officially recognize the Armenian genocide, even though Armenians take up a quarter of the old city in Jerusalem.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in Jerusalem that are original from Jerusalem for whatever, thousands of years that are Armenians, but also people who escaped the genocide and went to
Jerusalem. That's right. Break that down a little bit and why that's a significant event that more people need to be educated on.
Yeah, so that's, you hit the nail on the head right there. Why is it significant? Number one, because currently the Azerbaijani government is blockading Artsakh. Some people think genocide 100+ years ago, it's past history, nobody cares about it. Right. Most places in the world, these things are very active today and alive. And so when I see, and I did see this, Azerbaijani civilians, it seems, walking around saying, we're going to spill the blood for Armenian necks on this mountain right here or on this hill. I go, that's the genocide still continuing, right? And so for me, it's extremely important that we're aware of this. And you're going to hear a lot of this, obviously, because it's April and people are going to be talking about it. Very sure the president's going to come out with a statement about it on April 24th. But if it's, let's put it this way, genocide denied is genocide perpetrated. It's continued. And then given what's happening with Azerbaijan and Armenia and Artsakh, and you know that firsthand, what that conflict looks like in your own life, people are like very serious about this and they got all this baggage and they go, we got away with it then. We're getting away with it now and we can get away with it in the future. So we should all be concerned about this.
Hey, you want to see something crazy? 67% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. Do me a quick favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on all the videos here on the Blessed God Studios channel. Yeah. It's interesting you said these things connect and that there seems to be a continued effort in this part of the country, part of the world to delete Armenians, basically, more or less, and for folks who don't know that, the reason why me and my family are out here is because we come from Azerbaijan. I was born and raised in Azerbaijan, and Armenians were exiled from Azerbaijan in the pogroms of Baku. But there was a settlement left that you could basically say there's an Armenian community inside of Azerbaijan that's now causing all the flare-ups.
Well, they declared independence that was never recognized. By anyone, as a matter of fact, but they wanted to be their own country. And war was fought over it. They won it with the help of Armenia. And then obviously in 2020, there was another war that was fought over it. And that war was fought with Azerbaijan, with Turkey's help. As a matter of fact, with Pakistan's help as well.
Yep.
And then they took back a bunch of that land. And now they've blockaded the only road for the past like 200 something days.
Yeah.
The only road from Armenia to Artsakh or Nagorno-Karabakh. And people are like essentially starving or they don't have medical aid.
Yeah.
And every other day they'll be shooting at civilians.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
stuff is real.
It's real, and it's real, and it's insulting when you hear folks from the LGTB community say stuff like, if you don't use my pronouns, you're committing genocide. Like, as someone that, you know, the part of the world where we come from, there's actual genocide in our lineage and the generational impacts of that.
Yeah.
And so when you hear some of this goofy stuff, like, if you don't affirm me, if you don't celebrate this, then you know what I mean? Like, it's like, man, it's,
they don't know what
you
real
don't know. Yeah,
genocide
what
looks
real
like.
genocide looks
It's like you're cheapening the word, man.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. I mean, use other words.
Right.
You're the one who's all for the use of alternate pronouns.
Right.
Like, use other words. Do not use those words.
Yeah.
Because I think it insults any people group that have gone through any kind of a genocide.
Yeah.
Whether that's the Armenians or the Jews or the Rwandans, whatever that may be, right?
Yeah.
So just please stop.
Yeah, that's good. Guys, if you want to hear the story of the history of Armenia, and when I had Arthur on the first time on my channel, I'll have that pinned up over here. You may not know I make music, but I got a new song coming out. And it's something I need you to do, but first, I want you to hear a snippet of the song.
In a moment, I gotta overcompensate by building tabernacles while the world is rubbernecking Eve one in the Adam's apple. Whoa there, why you wanna go there? Time to shut the door, cause we letting out all the cold air.
Yo, Double R back, baby. It's not for Rolls Royce, it's for Rap Ruslan. Let's get it.
Now, in order to get this song to the top of Spotify, I need your help. I need you to click the link below or go to RuslanToTheMoon.com and pre-save this song. What is a pre-save? It means that this song will be added to your library to remind you to listen to it the day it comes out. And it also tells Spotify's algorithm that millions of people need to hear this song. So help me promote Christian music that contextualizes the gospel and will help change lives by going to RuslanToTheMoon.com or clicking the link below.
Why you wanna go there? Living for the approval of man will get you nowhere.
Hey, this clip is from our daily after party stream. If you enjoyed it, consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store, only $5 a month. And ultimately, it's the best way to help us contextualize the gospel of Jesus using media, podcasting, and of course, YouTube. The link for that is in the description or in the pinned comment. The perks are amazing. You should get on there. It's only $5 a month. I'll see you over there, all right?